What is up, everybody? It's Chris Tagger, the average guy. Whatever you want to call me, I don't care, just keep it nice. But a while back, I made a bet with Matt and Mike, and now I'm making good on it. So here I am making another SRS video for you guys, and I'm happy to be here. But you're either welcome for that, or I'm sorry, you can decide. But before we go ahead and get into it, just a quick reminder to activate this button if you enjoy the video, and this one if you're new. And without further ado, let's go! So, I don't know about you guys, but there's nothing more I love than turning on the TV on a Sunday afternoon and watching NFL football. However, this experience is starting to get a little spoiled by how soft I feel the NFL is getting. Let me elaborate. Either the NFL is getting soft, or the refs are just getting hard for certain quarterbacks. I don't know, what do you think? Do you agree? Let me know in the comments. Because last time I checked, the NFL is still a full contact sport, not an elaborate game of patty cake. I'll admit I'm a little biased. I am a Packers fan. So now every time I watch my favorite aging linebacker, Clay Matthews, go in for a sack, I'm immediately wondering if he's going to be throwing his hands up in the air like he's being arrested because he got an egregious roughing the passer called on him. Even if I get frustrated enough to switch to another game, I find myself with the same feeling of when is Ed Hockley's Hulk arm tossing out the next flag. And I openly clap when there isn't one. You know, I did think to myself, maybe it is just me. Maybe it is because I am a biased Packers fan. But then I went back and looked at the last few years, and in the last 3 seasons, there's been an increase in roughing the passer calls every year. It didn't seem like much at first, an average of 5 a week in 2016, an average of 6 a week in 2017, and now an average of 7 a week in 2018. But hell, that's adding up. If I implement my quick math skills, that's roughly 500 more penalty yards that'll be handed out this year than there was just 2 years ago for the same type of penalty. That's game-changing yardage. That's absurd. This infamous high-five clip of Tom Brady finally started making sense to me. His teammates weren't just ignoring him or missing his hand. They were literally just afraid of being called for a penalty. Look, I get it. The NFL wants to limit the amount of Terry Bradshaws and Joe Namath being produced after retirement, but there's got to be a change. It's bad enough that the refs are getting too cavalier with their fancy yellow flags, but they're getting ridiculously inconsistent as well. Which leads me back to whether or not the refs are just hard for certain quarterbacks. So I did a little bit of digging and cross-referenced roughing the passer penalties by quarterbacks per game on average. I want to stress this number was on average, so your Jason Campbells and Brian Hoyers and Tom Brady's are all calculated the same. And in a shocking surprise to no one, who do you find at the top of the percentile? Your Tom Brady's, your Aaron Rodgers, your Drew Brees, high-profile quarterbacks. I get it. There's going to be some bias out there from the refs for high-profile players, but does that make it right? No. Is this video going to change anything? Probably not. But is it ruining the game? Hell yes it is. Again, I understand the NFL doesn't want their quarterbacks turning into vegetables, but a lot of these guys have insanely high contracts. I think they're being compensated enough for a 350-pound defensive lineman like Dontari Poe to accidentally land on them. Now, I know this video focused a lot on just one aspect of how the NFL is getting soft, but you've watched the NFL, you know what's happening. There's other ways out there that the game is changing, and it's starting to spoil the experience for myself and a lot of you guys out there. But that's where I'm going to leave this video because I don't want to get a little too long-winded here. My last video was like 13 minutes, so I'm trying to bring down the average. But SRS fans, that's all I have for you. So I'll leave you with this. Make sure to like and subscribe. Go ahead and give the Twitter a follow. There's some great things coming in the future for you and us together with SRS. But this has been Chris Tag, or the average guy. Whatever you want to call me, I don't care. Just keep it nice. Chris out.
I call the shots, I run the bulls, I'm Michael Jordan. Hit it with a little bit of push and a little bit of pull when a goddamn mic recording. I bring the heat, I rep the east, I'm like the south. I don't even know what to do with the gold that I get, bitch. I'm Michael Phelps. I'm like LeBron, I get the gold, I'm Sherry Khan, yo carry bronze. I'm Randy Moss, I'm Mary Khan, my game on Royce, I'm Barry Bonds. I got a cancer, it's horde of fans like a Lance on the tour.